and the police were out there, and they said we have to shut it down.
What was supposed to be one of the best days in a young couple's life, their wedding day, was anything but after being disrupted by law enforcement. That's because authorities say their so-called wedding venue wasn't a venue at all. Good evening and thanks for joining us, everyone. For 12 News at 10, I'm Mark Curtis. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly talked to the bride tonight about the fiasco. He's with us in studio with more. And Chase, this isn't the only couple that was really turned away because of this situation.
Mark, the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office was getting called out to Wrangler's Roost in New River nearly every weekend for years, all for the same problem. Despite all the citations and fines they've received, it still hasn't stopped them. Holly Ann Tran knew exactly what she wanted for her wedding.
Dancing is the number one thing that's important to me. That is what I imagined for my wedding.
So when she and her mom, Karen Ferber, came across Wrangler's Roost, a place in New River advertising as a venue that hosts events,
I thought it was beautiful, just love the desert scenery.
it was perfect. They got a hold of the owners, paid thousands, and signed the contract. There was one stipulation.
In the contract, it said you could have music till 10 p.m.
They were fine with that. And on her special day in November of 2022, everything was going just as planned. But that quickly changed.
My dad came up to me and was like, "You need to come to the front."
About 4 songs into the reception, Maricopa County Sheriff's deputies showed up.
And they said we have to shut it down.
That would be Holly Ann's last dance at her wedding.
I was just so sad. I really just cried all night.
MCSO Sergeant Joaquin Enriquez says the reason why deputies stepped in is because of noise complaints made from neighbors. It turns out Wrangler's Roost isn't allowed to have loud parties or any kind of event.
The real issue here is a zoning violation where they're conducting business in a residential neighborhood.
Holly Ann and Karen say that was never disclosed to them, and neither was the cease and desist order the so-called venue has faced since 2021 for this same problem. When she contacted the owners, Heidi and Reed Stewart,
She texted back and said, "No, they can't do that. Turn the music back on."
but no one wanted to make this day any worse. So the music stopped, and the wedding ended early.
You could never imagine something like that to happen.
A sad situation that has unfortunately happened to dozens of other newlyweds. How often are deputies being called out to this place?
Well, in total, over 60 times since 2021.
MCSO says the latest call happened just a couple weeks ago.
We want to bring awareness for people who are thinking about booking this venue that this is still an issue.
With so many calls, MCSO actually submitted charges against one of the owners. Then in December of 2021, Maricopa County started fining Wrangler's Roost every day for advertising parties and carrying them out. They now owe more than $70,000 and have not paid a cent. So I called the owner, Reed Stewart.
Do you have anything to say about those allegations?
He told me to call his lawyer.
My name is Chase Golightly. I'm a reporter with 12 News.
And right after I mentioned the Stewarts by name, I was told no comment. Now, Karen told me she did get a partial refund from Wrangler's Roost, but even if they got the full amount back and more, it will never fix the heartbreak her daughter went through at her own wedding. We're live in the studio. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
Chase, thanks. New